Hi, welcome everyone. This is Mihai Algiu, marriage and family therapist intern and founder of Circle of Being Shadow Work, Somatic psychotherapist. And this is my friend, Andre Buluri, and he's a holistic transformational coach. He's actor, director, acting teacher, and an old-timer good friend of mine from 25 years ago. So welcome, Andre.
Thank you, Mihai.
As you guys know, this is going to be a brief video where we're going to introduce and speak a little bit about this, our upcoming workshop or 2-day intensive, which is going to happen. So the training is on conscious acting. It's a 2-day intensive workshop where we are using primarily Andre's method called framework, which is a way of using acting techniques, acting exercises, improv, but not necessarily not to become a better actor or hone your acting skills, but to use all of those tricks and skillful means as a way to become more authentic, to bring to light patterns of inauthenticity, of not being real, of holding back, of hiding, of being fake, various other patterns that we developed in childhood, strategies to adapt we had. So the workshop is going to be very experiential and fun. It's not theoretical, it's not long meditations, although we are going to have meditation, mindfulness, presence, and things like that. It's going to be very playful, very using a lot of these acting tools and exercises, partner exercises and group exercises. So combining our medicines, basically. Andre has been in this craft for probably 30 years, and combining all of that wisdom of the acting and the wisdom of the deprogramming ourselves from being identified with what we are not and being identified with some imaginary picture of what we try to project to others. So the purpose is for deprogramming, for waking up, for being more in our power. So the training will be in Grass Valley, California. It will be in person, so not online. We are going to keep it to a maximum 14 people, participants, and it's going to be a 2-day with the same people. So it's not Saturday some people, Saturday other people. We're going to go deeper. It's going to be an immersion into these arts and sciences of deprogramming ourselves. 16th, 17th of April, Saturday and Sunday. It's coming up soon. You will see the link to sign up in this video. Feel free to send me any questions you have. Yeah, so Saturday and Sunday, 16th, 17th from 10 to 5 p.m. Actually, Andre is coming all the way from Germany for that. And I'm very grateful and happy to share all his wisdom to you guys that already know me. Anyway, and since Andre, this is much more your acting and this art is much more your baby and your area expertise, could you share a little bit about this training? Especially some people ask me, hey, are we going to act? Are we going to, do I need a partner to do partner exercises?
Right.
Are we going to lie down? Are we going to, what's going to happen there? Can you share a little bit about this?
Yeah, so no, it's not an acting class. It's not an acting class.
Sorry, Andre, and also about
yeah.
You know, the purpose and anything you want to say about this training.
Sure. Well, I try to sum it up a little bit. So first of all, it's not an acting class. You don't need a partner. We will do partner exercises, but we change partners all the time to, you know, see how the dynamics change within an exercise if you do it with a different partner. We do solo exercises, we do group exercises, and yeah, so it all came about basically since, I mean, you know me since 25 years, I guess it has been now. I've been on a spiritual path since that time. We met in the spiritual community, and I've always been, you might say, obsessed with being present, with being in the moment, with experiencing myself fully. And that was, I mean, a main goal, to be in the moment, to be present. And basically I combine now in this framework the spiritual and the acting part of my life. Because all these exercises I trained in myself and I'm teaching now in my classes, they'll basically have the same goal. They're designed to put you into the moment, to put you in contact with yourself and your partner. Because in the end, the goal of acting is to be truthful in the moment, to react truthfully, to create for the audience the feeling that you are in the moment with your partner, within the play. So that's why I call it framework, because I think we are in a way in a play. You know, we decide to come on this planet. We decide to have an experience within a certain role. So there's a similar relationship between the actor and his role and ourselves and our soul or higher self. I hope that is clear so far.
Yeah.
And so these exercises that I use have the potential, in my experience, to things, to shortcut into being authentic, to be truthful to yourself and to your partner. And some of the exercises, as I said, will be partner exercises where we train and experience to really listen, not just to hear what your partner says, but to listen and to react consciously. So you always have a choice how to react. There's a difference between like an impulse, what your impulse is or your instinct is, and a habit, a pattern of reacting. So to feel that difference and to make a conscious choice how you want to react. And the same into the other direction. Don't just say something, but mean what you're saying. Make sure you actually reach your partner. Make sure you connect to your partner with what you say or how you behave. Yeah. So we have exercises for the first day, and we will deepen those after they settled a little bit, and also we will have time for Q&A. It would be very helpful if everyone brings a theme they want to work on. It's not a must, but if there's something in your life that you're momentarily occupied with, that you want to work through, that would be very helpful, because we are going to do an exercise on Sunday. It's called Emotional Journey. It's an exercise that I developed out of his spiritual teaching, out of David Hawkins and his map of consciousness, and use that for acting, for an acting exercise, but which is an exercise that's very helpful to everyone to understand how your perception and your experience with a topic, with the theme changes depending on the emotional state, and how you can influence changing the emotional state and thus changing your perception about it.
Yeah.
So that's it in a nutshell.
Very interesting. Yeah, I have some more follow-up thoughts here, hearing you, and also for the audience. Yeah, it's the first time for us doing this. I have a very short and dramatic acting career, so I'm not necessarily into that. Although I always dabbled a little bit, and I saw the potential of all of these improv exercises. And when I saw Andre last time a few months ago, I asked him about this. Hey, can you show me some of this? And I had a good friend there. And basically, I was very impressed by the evocative nature of these exercises. And what I mean by that now on my branch, on my department of psychotherapy, processing, wounds, trauma, basically those exercises will bring to awareness, flush out old patterns, mechanism of adaptation, ways of not being authentic, ways of, I would like to say something, but I can't say it, repression, all of these, which are bread and butter for psychotherapy and finding inner harmony and freedom from this. And I could see that it was like in 5-10 minutes, it will evoke subconscious content much more than having like an hour of talk therapy. So I could see the potential of that, and this the seed came to develop this. Rest assured, we are going to have meditation and checking in and sharing. So it's not just going to be acting. We are going to really blend our medicine and all of these decades of experience in these two domains. And yeah, it's good to have a clear intention, something that is blocking me, something that I would ideally like to let go because it doesn't serve me, some recurring pattern of suffering that's happening, or some quality I feel like it eludes me that I would like to step into. So bring something like that, loose clothes, bring food. We'll have 1 hour break.
And just let me repeat one thing. It's really important. It's not an acting class. We're not trying to pretend to be someone else. On the contrary, it's really about using acting tools to express fully as who you are, to really embody who you are and feel that, and not trying to be something. It's not about wearing a mask. On the contrary, it's about letting go of the mask. It's letting go of maybe even physical habits that are blocking you or limiting you, because behind that is a belief. So yeah, we're looking at that, and those exercises are really, in my experience, wonderful to, in a very short time, bring all that up. And again, if you know what you want to work on, that is even more helpful, and we will have time for Q&A and sharing.
So I'm basically using, in a good way, all of these things from Andre to serve the purposes that I was interested all along of becoming more real, authentic, more embodied, letting go of repression, of staying small, of being hesitant, of being tentative, fear of expressing, fear of being oneself. So all of you who are watching this are very familiar with the work I'm doing in the groups, and I truly believe this kind of container with the acting will be very evocative, very useful for our purposes, and fun. And it's also Easter, so I think that will be a good time for having a spiritual celebration and renewal and new beginning. We might
comfortable in not knowing.
Sorry? Say it again.
I said it's also about becoming comfortable and not knowing what's happening. It's becoming comfortable and being in the moment and allowing the moment, So that's a beginning for something new.
Not like usually the ego is like planning, controlling, having a structure, doesn't like to be fresh. All right, everyone. So we'll put a link to this, how to sign up. Do it soon. Limited spaces, so it will be intimate and immersive. And we may do later maybe a sample of these exercises between us. I may post later, so stay tuned. See you soon, and see you soon, Andre. Thank you.
Goodbye, Mihai.